Hey there, YouTube. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope everybody has had a good week out there. It's almost the weekend. Just hang in there a little bit more, and it'll be here. Just got back from the park. Had a good TRX workout out there. I really love working out outside. I think I've worked out like one time here at the house since in the last 3 or 4 weeks. But today I wanted to talk about cheat days on a raw food diet. People talk about that a lot. People have asked me about my thoughts on that. I've watched videos on it before. So yeah, just thought today I would share what I think about that idea of cheat days. So guys, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate if you go down and hit that subscribe button now. Then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. Yeah, I love those outdoor workouts, man. Feel good when I'm out there breathing fresh air and working out as well. So cheat days on a raw food diet. Cheat days on a raw food diet. First of all, what are we talking about when we say cheat days? I mean, are we talking about garbage? Or are we talking about you're going full on goat? Like anything goes on that cheat day? You just eat anything? I'm assuming you're at least keeping it vegan. Who knows? Who knows? This could be a wide range of things. Your cheat day could be anything from not eating like you normally eat to if you're fully raw, eating cooked, to I don't know, or just making really bad choices. But cheat days to me are something I've been talking about lately. It's part of that diet mentality. Why do you need a cheat day? Like, why? Why would you do a cheat day? That would leave me like what are you eating on your good days? Are you not enjoying your food on your good days? That's why I'm telling you all the time. That's why I stress all the time. It's really important for you to find recipes that you really like. Recipes that you really like. You know, I made something out of one of Melissa, Raw Food Romance's recipe books yesterday, and like I've told you guys a number of times on this channel, I don't need like a whole lot of them. I mean, you know, if I've got 8 or 10, I don't even need that many, but I'm gonna go high. If I've got 8 or 10 recipes that I really like, I'm not talking about recipes. Listen, there's different recipes out there, and we all do different things. I have recipes that are okay. I like them. I like everything, but they're kind of standard. But then I have next level recipes, or I use some of Melissa's recipes that are like just that next level. And I'm like, well, I'm not missing anything here, so I don't need to cheat on anything. So that's one thing I would, that's just like I say, I would ask you to think about that. What kind of food are you eating normally? Why do you feel the need that you have to have a cheat day? Now, for me personally, like I say, I've navigated this high raw food thing on my own. I'm not fully raw. I've never said I was fully raw. Probably never will be. I don't really want to be. So I've kind of navigated this thing, and I don't have a lot of people to look to, role models out there, because everybody, and I understand it from a business standpoint, people niche down. If you're like raw and you're actually even niche down further in the raw, it's very good for business. It's very good for content coming out, because when you go to a very, very specific audience, the more engaged you're going to be. But I do this lifestyle for me, for how I feel, for what I feel is best for me. So ever since I've been doing this lifestyle, I've tried to pay close attention to how every bite of food that I take, that I put in my body, feels. How do I feel afterwards? I don't just randomly, you know, I'm very aware of like, okay, I put this in my body and I feel like this. And I'm talking about subtleties too. Even with the cooked food that I mixed in with my raw food, or even some of the combinations on raw food, I find certain things that I know they're going to drain my energy a little bit more. Now for me, I haven't been going to Pensacola very much this past year, you know, with the restrictions and things like that. So I don't tend to go to that restaurant. That restaurant, I used to say like I wouldn't even call it a cheat meal. I just enjoy that food, but it is more restaurant food. Like, you know, I'd get something like the mac and cheese there, it was cooked, whatever, and I'd have one meal. But even with certain things like that, there were certain things I could order from that place that left me feeling okay. It wasn't like I had this big energy drain on myself. So, you know, that's the way I looked at it back when I was eating like that. But now I'm very, I've gotten even more over this last year of just being very much here at the house, eating all the time. I'm paying real close attention how things feel, like like I say, the subtleties of it. And I know my limits. I know how far I can go. So I never call anything a cheat thing for me. It's just like, okay, say for instance, maybe today, like probably the closest thing to a cheat day I have is, okay, I had more fat today, and I purposely had more fat today. Like I had this dish, and maybe I had some fat in my ice cream or whatever. So I purposely had a few things that were a little higher in fat than I should. Or maybe like when I'm adding some cooked food in with my food, maybe a certain combination was just didn't make me feel bad. Like I won't sacrifice my digestion for anything, not for anything. If anything was to make me bloated, if anything was to give me a bad feeling in my stomach, if anything was to slow down my elimination where I felt backed up, if anything like did the opposite and just made me have to go to the bathroom, when I don't normally do over and over, I wouldn't do it. But the things that I eat, it's more like when I make little things like, okay, I can eat some of this today. It's like, all right, well, it's going to drag my energy down a little bit, but it's not going to by 3 or 4 hours later, I'll be fine. So we're talking about very much subtleties when we talk about me kind of getting off my path. But listen, what it comes down to, maybe in the beginning, and I'm just saying maybe there, I'm not even really hardcore on that. Maybe in the beginning, when you're transitioning, you're getting used to this lifestyle, you have a cheat day, no harm, no foul. But I would even say eliminate that vocabulary and that thinking from your head. Don't even think of it as a cheat day. And don't go off the rails, because listen, if you're doing a goat thing, goat garbage, eating in that garbage can where you're just like, okay, I'm trying to, do this for my health, and I'm eating healthy, raw food, and then you have a day where you're just like totally go off the rail, I'm gonna eat garbage today. Well, that makes no sense whatsoever, and you're probably you're gonna probably make the excuse of, well, I'm transitioning, but you're probably never gonna transition. You're gonna dabble back and forth, and I've seen it for years. So I look at it like this, and I've used it to when people are, trying to kick drugs. If it is something that doesn't really suit your body, if it's something, that's bad, that you have to call it a cheat day, it's like drugs, it's like alcohol, it's like a cigarette. Yes, it's not going to kill you. I don't like to exaggerate things like some people. Yes, no, if you eat this, if you have this cheat day, no, that's not going to kill you. It's not going to throw your body into some, it's not going to throw your body off that much. But what it is going to do is every time you when you put that substance back into your body, whether it's a certain type of food, a cigarette, a drink, drugs, whatever, that just wakes it up. Like say you haven't had that substance or whatever, or food in a week, 10 days, whatever. Okay, in a certain way, your body's kind of detoxed that out. Your taste buds, you don't have that taste as much anymore. As soon as you put that back in your mouth, now you're going to start thinking about it, wanting it, craving it again. And you're probably, as soon as you eat it within a day or so, you're going to start thinking, when can I eat that again? I know that's what I always did with cigarettes. The many times that I tried to quit and thought I was quitting, I'd taper off, I'd cut down, and then I'd quit. I could quit, I'd quit for 6 months, sometimes a year, and then something stupid would happen. Either usually back in those days, I'd be drunk, and you don't make the best decisions then, and I could have not smoked in 1 year, and I'd be like, well, I'll smoke a cigarette, it's not going to make a big deal. Every single time I put that cigarette back in my mouth after a certain amount of time, that pull just got strong. It came right back. That monkey was on my back immediately. And it's going to be the same way with food for a lot of things. I can relate back, the one story I can kind of relate to, and I didn't put a lot of pressure on myself on this one, but in the very, very beginning, we're talking right after the first 3 or 4 months right after I went high raw vegan, I was working in this office downtown San Jose. I'd leave my house 3 days a week, go to the office, And there was a smoothie shop down the street, but I still needed something a little bit more than a smoothie for lunch. So I'd go to this smoothie place, get 2 big smoothies, and then I would get like this little pack of yucca chips. Now they were very light and crispy. They were not as bad. I could tell from eating them. They weren't nearly as bad as potato chips. They didn't have near the grease and oil and all that kind of stuff. But they were still fried. They were still bad. But I kind of, like gave myself that leeway because it was the very beginning, and I only did it 3 days a week when I had to go to this particular place. But it's still, until I finally just one day said, you know what? I keep doing this, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. I was like, until I finally just get rid of these and don't do them anymore, I'm going to keep every day going, well, we'll do it tomorrow, we'll do it the next day. So don't, if you're having cheat days, or if you think you need a cheat day, try to make your everyday something that you enjoy. Try to make your everyday food something that you now enjoy as much as your cheat days. And if you'll search around a little bit, there's so many good recipe books out there that's where I think YouTube's very valuable. I don't watch people at all anymore for raw vegan or any of that stuff. But every once in a while, I'll go peep some stuff to learn a recipe or figure out something to help make my recipes better. So if you can get food that you really enjoy on this lifestyle, that is the key. That is the key, I'm telling you. So find that food that you enjoy and you'll be successful on this lifestyle. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I will probably see you sometime this weekend. Peace.